All right, what is going on YouTube? Adonis coming back at you with a brand new video, and today we are going to be taking a look at some budget beasts for you guys. Now, just so we're clear, in this specific video, budget beasts are going to be really anything under like 150,000 coins. If we're really working with a super low budget at this point in the year, I would say you just got to save for more expensive players. I really think it's hard to compete with anything outside of like a 91 or 92 overall player, since we're starting to get like 95 or 96s now at this point. So that's kind of why I've set that. Obviously earlier in the year it was easier to go lower with the budget beast, but you know, if we're looking at like 90 to 91 overall players, like these guys just are not gonna cut it anymore. So we really need to move up to that 92 to 93, and they're all sitting around 150k or lower. So starting out at halfback, right, we've got a lot of options to choose from here. I would say like there's definitely a couple of different guys you can go with. Obviously this Bijan is crazy. I ran him for a bit, love that card. Not really a budget beast, I would say. I mean, 170k for that card is like great value. Peyton Hillis is a fun one for sure, but Cordarrelle Patterson, right? This card is crazy good. I've come up against this card a number of times, definitely more back in like December or January, like early January, but still, Cordarrelle Patterson, phenomenal card, right? 93 speed, 93 break tackle, he's 6'2", can catch the ball pretty well, definitely like one of the better backs, and he's pretty like big, and I've noticed like jurtling with him especially is very overpowered. So Cordarrelle Patterson is going to be my first pick for a budget beast in this video. Now moving over to the quarterback position, we've got like Otto Graham, who's alright, Jimmy G, Herbert, who I'm running right now, who I want to get away from. Like I don't love Herbert that much. We got Fran Tarkenton, Team Diamond, same thing with Phillip. I would say like I just saw Anthony Richardson. This card's like pretty solid, right? He's gonna have 91 speed. He's gonna have like decent passing stats. I would say just save for a little bit more expensive of a quarterback, right? This is kind of gonna be a guide to like help you guys kind of figure out what you want to build your team around. But like I'm a guy that passes the ball a lot, right? So like at the minimum, I would honestly be going with like an Allen or a Love. Herbert's all right, like not my favorite quarterback. You could save for like Dobbs, the Pastronaut, right? Derrick Henry LTD, Vic LTD. Wouldn't say Carr's that good. This Doug Williams is freaking amazing. I've come up with against him like a bunch. I would say save for a more expensive quarterback, right? Quarterback's not really a position you want to go with a budget guy at, but like Anthony Richardson is not a bad option, especially just like purely based off that 91 speed. Like a read option with him is fine, but like, dude, just go with like the season 2 or season 3 Vic, whichever season that was. Yeah, like that season 2 or season 3 Vic, like if you have him fully upgraded, gonna be like as good, if not better than Anthony Richardson. Now moving over to receiver, we've got like guys that are not gonna have necessarily the best speed, right? Top end speed receivers, you're looking at like 94 to 95 receivers that are gonna have like 95 plus speed, right? We've got like Largent, who just came out. I'm running him. You've got Dobbs, who's got like 94 speed. Rod Smith's got 95 speed, I think. These guys are obviously much more expensive, right? So at the wide receiver position, we're gonna look for either a really big guy that can go up and get the ball, or like an underneath slot guy, like Devontae Smith, right? Gonna be pretty good in the slot, 93 speed, still very serviceable, very good route running stats, super light though, 172, and I'm pretty sure his juke move is not very, actually no, his juke move is better. His first card this year, juke move was awful on. 89 juke move, you're gonna want for a budget receiver, this is gonna be like your wide receiver 3 or your wide receiver 2, depending on how you run your team. Chris Carter, not a bad option, right? 92 speed, hits all the route running thresholds, very solid card. Also 6'3", right? So he can go up and get the ball. 86 juke move, hits at least 80 spin move, so not a bad card. So there's plenty of options to choose from here. I was running Andre Reed for like a while. Very good card, I would say, right? Again, all the route running thresholds, 93 speed, 6'2", right? I think like going with a receiver that's at least got 93 speed, that hits at least like 2 out of the 3 90 route running thresholds, and has like decent after the catch ability is going to be good. Like Amari Cooper, another very solid card, right? 91 speed, hits 2 of our route running thresholds. He's at least 6'1", good after the catch ability, like a card that you're going to be able to use, right? So like that's how how I would look at it personally, I just actually sold off my Stephon Gilmore earlier yesterday. Very serviceable card. All 3 route running thresholds, hits the height, hits the speed, juke move, spin move, very good. Stephon is probably going to be my pick to go for in that specific case. Like I would say Gilmore's a good card. Williams going to be like a little bit slower, right? Again, a lot of receivers we can work with here. But yeah, Gilmore, Williams, a lot of stuff to look at. Just kind of pick based off personal preference, kind of what like you guys want specifically out of the position. Now coming over to tight end, we're gonna kind of break our rule a little bit, right? I said under 150K, but like holy crap, Vita Vea is so good. I still run him, right? He hits 91 short and medium route running, 91 speed. He's got decent run block. He's 6'4", 350. His break tackle, I'm sure, is pretty decent. I feel like I break tackles with him all the time. Got great juke move, right? Vita Vea, for like a budget card, like a tight end 2, he's my tight end 1 right now. But for a tight end 2, I don't think you can go wrong with Vita Vea, right? Like this card it's good, it's great, right? It's Vita Vea. We all love him. Go pick him up if you want to run him. Now, offensive line is something that kind of, I'm not going to go over like specific guys you should get, but like there are different cards, right, that you can pick up. Like I run Russ Grimm. I think I have Munoz as well. Like I've got a couple of other guys that are like decent, right? If you get a 92 or 93 overall offensive lineman, he's going to be there for like a while. So like this, I would say you should save until you've got like all of your cards picked up, the outside of like the offensive line, and maybe you're like, I want better run blocking, I want better pass pro, I want better X, Y, and Z. And you just plug and play at that position, right? It's very, very straightforward with offensive linemen. Now moving over to defensive linemen, obviously we've got D tackles, we've got edges, we've got a bunch of different stuff to go over. I don't really run true D tackles outside of Jalen Carter. That's my specific guy. He's a little bit expensive in my opinion, but he does play really, really well, right? 95 block shed, 90 power move, 6'3", 314. A little bit more expensive, I would say, but someone to keep in mind if you got the extra 50K to drop on a defensive tackle. Definitely a solid overall card. You've also got Bakhtiari, who's like gonna be more expensive, but again, kind of that same, like in that same vein, I would say, as Jalen Carter, being that he's 6'4", 310, 93 block shed, 93 power moves, right? Just a big old guy. Stick him at DT, stick him at one of your like nose tackle positions, or not nose tackle positions, one of your defensive tackle positions, and it'll go to work. Not going to be a guy that screams off the edge for you, but interior defensive linemen like Bakhtiari and Carter, you can't really go wrong with. Again, a little bit more expensive, but it's just something you kind of got to pay up, right? Like at some point you can run budget guys at certain spots in your defense, but like you can't have them everywhere. At edge, Will Anderson is who I personally run, very much like this card, right? 91 block shed, 93 finesse moves, 89 power moves, barely misses out on power moves there, hitting that 90 threshold, but like a very good card. 6'4", 243, a little bit lighter of a guy, right? But I've noticed that the super fast, super light guys play really, really well this year in like obvious pass down situations, like a 3rd and long or a 4th down and medium to long, right? Where you're like, okay, we're guessing pass. These guys are going to get off the ball super well. And I think Will Anderson's someone at edge position, again, if you want to pay a little bit more, going to be very, very solid for you. Taking a look at our outside linebackers, I was freaking like flabbergasted when I saw how cheap this 92 overall variant of Clay Matthews is, right? He's got kind of lower block shedding, but he's got pretty high power moves, right? And he's got pretty good speed, and he's light, right? And I've talked about this all year. These lighter speed guys don't need to have super high block shed to get at the quarterback. And I think if you're kind of needing a true outside pass rusher, like Clay Matthews is gonna be your guy, right? Very, very, very solid card. You can pick him up for like 130K. If you don't like him, sell him back, right? There's like other cards that we can roll with here, like TJ's great off the edge, obviously. You've got Nolan Smith, who fits that speed rusher build super well, but again, outside of our budget, so we're not going to talk about him a whole lot. But again, these lighter, smaller edges play very, very, very well this year. So Clay Matthews is going to be one of those guys I would recommend for you. At right outside linebacker, it's like Keith Bullock's a run stopper. Logan Wilson's like a pass coverage guy. You may even have to drop to like the 90 to 91s if you're not looking to shell out a bunch of coins. But like none of these guys are going to be really what we're looking for. Outside of maybe like Derek Thomas, right? Derek is like solid. Just kind of saw that card pop up, right? 90 speed, 92 block shed, 91 power moves, 6'3", 243, lighter, faster guy. could be a good edge. I mean, why not? We'll throw Derek Thomas in there as a recommendation for you guys for a budget beast. I think 130K is a lot of coins to play for like a dated card like this. I would honestly say save up for like Lawrence Taylor or save up for Micah Parsons even, but like not bad if you see him for closer to 100K. Keep in mind I am on PC, right? So my price is going to be a little bit higher than your guys's, but like Micah's going to be like obviously an amazing card. The dude just goes crazy. His cards are always phenomenal. Lighter, faster, taller guy. Again, you guys are seeing the theme here. But yeah, I mean, like outside linebackers, those are going to be your guys, right? Lighter, faster guys. At defensive tackle, you can get honestly away with a left end or a right end at D tackle if they have the stats, if they have high power moves, high block shed, and are just like big, at least 280 plus, I would say. They're gonna be like able to do whatever you need them to do, right? Now moving over to like the middle linebacker position, I personally don't really run middle linebackers. Roquan's really solid. Zach Thomas I think is a bit slow for my liking, right? I mean, 93 speed's good, but he's 5'11", right? So not slow actually, but too small in terms of height, right? He's definitely thick at 240. If you are getting the ball run all over you, I would say go with Zach Thomas, but like I personally prefer my users to be safeties. Like I like having 2 safeties in the box just for speed purposes, right? So coming over to like free and strong safety, we'll take a look at some of these guys. And like we've got Sean T, Jeremy Chin, a card that I ran for so long, and he is so good, right? 92 speed, 93 zone, 89 man. So if you guys are running him down at your user spot and you can't specifically be on him, he will be able to stick in man, and he plays zone exceptionally well. Coming in at 6'3", right? Very good card, I would say. Like no complaints about Jeremy Chin. Love this guy. If you can get him for like 120, 130K and you need a user, right? Like very solid card. Sean Taylor's going to be a little bit more of someone that I would kind of put in like the back, right? In the back end of your defense as like a deep safety, right? 93 speed, 94 zone. Awful man, right? So if you're running a man blitz, you don't want him down at your user position. You want him like in the back, right? So like even if he is for some reason manned up, you can at least get away with him having 10 to 12 yards of like a cushion before the guy just runs past him. Like this guy's not good in man. But like if you have him in the back end of your defense, Sean T, very solid card. Again, like not gonna get burnt, and he's gonna play zone really well. At strong safety, we've got like Pacheco's good, right? But we don't really have that many options. I personally, like, I mean, Pacheco is good, right? 5'10", 94 speed, but he's pretty expensive. I personally run Julius Peppers, right? Just a beast of a card. I mean, not much better than like anything else you can get right now. 6'7", about 394 speed, 95 zone, 90 man. You can't really ask for a better card, but he is 250K, so we're not going to be having him in this conversation. For a user spot, we'll kind of go down and look at the 90 to 91s, but I would say stick to free safeties. They're a little bit better. I mean, honestly, like Pat Tillman, I recommended him in the last video, so he might be a little dated, but like still got 90 speed, still got 92 zone, like decent enough, good hit power, he's run support, he'll do fine in the box. He's a little bit small, so he might get blown up by some offensive linemen, but like he's gonna be what you kind of need at this like super low price point, like 60K for a 92 speed, 92 zone card. Like you can't really get better at the strong safety position, at least. So that's who we're gonna put in for our budget strong safety guy. Now the last folks of the video, come on over to cornerback. We've got options, right? At the 92 to 93 price point, we've got a lot of options, right? So we've got Joey Porter Jr., definitely someone I would recommend, right? If you want a like lockdown L apostrophe Jarius is very good, 92 man, 94 speed, love L'Jarius Sneed. Always love this guy's cards. He always plays super well, always got the dreads hanging out the back of his helmet, just looks like a sick card. And he's 6'1", 180, right? Or about 190, I should say. Pretty good jumping at 91. Like L'Jarius, I would say, would probably be a good budget card to go for here. These guys are all going to be really more man archetypes. If you're going zone, like Calvin, right, can't really be beat. 92 speed, The thing is, like, yeah, his speed's lower, but he's 6'5", so he can jump out the gym. He's also got 94 jumping. So yeah, jump out the gym, super, super good. 93 zone. You can't really beat it for a zone coverage kind of build, I would say. And I mean, like, Tariq Woolen's someone that I run on my team, but like, again, a little bit more expensive than what we're looking for in this specific video. Now, that's really gonna be everything that I've got for you guys, right? We kind of outlined like what you should look for each position, what's gonna be really good for you, what you should like lean away from or lean towards. If you guys have specific players that you think I missed in this video, definitely let me know down in the comments below. That was kind of bars, but yeah, like, let me know if there's specific players you think I missed out on for like a budget team. If you're like, hey, I've been running this 90 overall corner who's just like bagging people for some reason, right? Like, let me know, because I'm sure there are those guys, but I kind of like to stick towards like that middle higher end. I don't really like to go towards the lower end because I don't feel comfortable recommending players that may have like deficiencies in certain spots. I want better all-round players that can compete kind of in different situations, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you did enjoy, please drop a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I think I'll be starting up a franchise here soon. Very excited for that. Probably going to be the team that I'm rocking today, Denver Broncos throwback that I got on. But yeah, if you guys did like this video, please drop a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.